Today I'm going to show you 3 core pillars of drawing skin using hatching techniques that can completely transform your portraits. Start by making a sketch that maps out all the main anatomical areas of the face. At this stage, the most important thing is to clearly separate the main areas of light and shadow. This initial mapping will guide all the decisions you make later and helps you avoid excessive corrections as you move forward. Within these light and shadow areas, you'll work with 3 main aspects of drawing. The first one is the direction of your strokes. Use sequences of lines that follow the curvature of the face, the head, and each individual form. Always think of the drawing as a 3-dimensional shape, not a flat surface. The direction of the stroke should reinforce the sense of volume. The second aspect is the scale of your strokes. In larger, broader areas, use longer strokes. In smaller, more delicate areas, use shorter strokes. This relationship between direction and scale already defines the overall reading of the drawing. In larger areas like the forehead and the sides of the face, work with wider stroke sequences and leave more space between the lines. In these sections, hold the pencil farther from the tip and keep it more tilted, which helps create a looser, more uniform fill. In smaller areas, such as the eyes, mouth, and the base of the nose, hold the pencil closer to the tip and use shorter, tighter strokes with more control. In larger areas, the goal is uniformity, longer, softer curves, and a flatter visual effect. In detailed areas, the goal is to increase the intensity of the curves, reduce the space in the gradients, and work with stronger contrasts, both in stroke scale and in the variety of stroke directions. This creates more visual movement and increases the sense of detail. The third and final element is layering. After applying the first 2 aspects in the sketch layer, where you map the tones and define the general direction of the strokes, you repeat these layers. Make new passes at slightly different angles using strokes of similar size. This layering gradually closes the areas and builds the tones. Where you apply more layers, the tone becomes darker and the gradients more intense. In light areas, allow more of the white of the paper to remain visible. This contrast between exposed paper and worked areas is essential for bringing the drawing to life. Even so, it's important to follow the anatomy of the model and the direction of the light. This ensures that the shading properly supports the structure of the face. In general, in broader areas of the face, such as the forehead and the front of the sides, you can use a more varied distribution of strokes, leaning toward vertical lines. On the nose, vertical strokes also work well. Around the eyes, the mouth, and the base of the nose, the strokes tend to be more horizontal. Whenever you need to suggest curvature, use diagonal strokes or diagonal stroke sequences. It's very important to practice layering using only the pencil until you can create smooth, controlled gradients without relying on blending tools. Blending can help, but it should never be the foundation of the process. Skin texture can also be enhanced by leaving some strokes more visible, especially in areas like the lips and deeper shadows, where the presence of graphite adds richness to the drawing. When you apply the correct stroke direction, vary the scale of your strokes and build tones through layering, skin in your drawings gains volume, depth, and a much more natural look.